Okay, so today it's kind of going to be a little bit of a different type of video as I look at each of the NFL teams and I just talk about how I feel about each of them. Not necessarily which teams I think are good, which teams I think are bad, just do I like the team? Do I hate the team? Do I love the team? Do I just dislike them? Do I respect the team? Do I not respect them? That type of deal. And with that, I'm really gonna go division by division, and I guess pick my favorite team from each division. All right, let's get going. First one, it's gonna be the AFC East. In the AFC East, you have the Buffalo Bills, the Miami Dolphins, the New York Jets, and the New England Patriots. I don't care about three of the teams. I literally have no respect for three of the teams. I'm sure you can guess which three. The Patriots, not the Patriots, the Jets, the Dolphins, and the Bills. I have no respect for the Bills. I don't really care about them. I have no respect for the Dolphins. I have no respect for the Jets. I really don't. They're just not impressive teams. And I guess that's just the times I grew up in. They're not even really lovable underdogs. They're just. I was born in '99, and I grew up, and basically almost the entire time I've been alive, the AFC East has just been dominated by the Patriots. I respect the Patriots. I guess I don't necessarily hate the Patriots. At this point, I get a little bit tired of them being in the Super Bowl over and over again. But I respect them. I respect Tom Brady. I respect the team winning, finding ways to win despite the odds against them. Because despite them having 6 Super Bowl rings and appearing in Super Bowl 9 times and all this stuff, they're not really, whenever they're on the field, the best team on paper on the field. They don't always have the best team with the most skill out there, yet they find a way to win. Super Bowl 51, they had the odds against them. Super Bowl 53, they kind of had the odds against them. They can go up, they have the odds stacked against them, and they find ways to win. I can respect that. Yes, they won a whole bunch of times. You can't exactly call them underdogs with that, but they're not exactly the most dominant. They're not always the favorites to win statistically on paper and all this other stuff. They defy the odds. That's just the team they are. They defy the odds, and that's because of Tom Brady, and that's because of Bill Belichick. Those are the two people. They defy the odds. They won 3 Super Bowls. One in 2002, then one in 2005 and 6, I think, and then they went 2002, 2004, 2005, and then they went 10 years without a Super Bowl. And they won in 2015, 2017, and in 2019. They won 3 more in a row. No, it's not just Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. Otherwise, they would have had maybe 1 or 2 wins in that 10-year drought. But you gotta remember, there was 10 years where they really didn't win the Super Bowl. They won the next 3, largely kind of on the back of Rob Gronkowski, along with their defense, which they had a good defense. They would not have won Super Bowl 2019 if they did not have a good defense. Because it really wasn't the offense that won that game. But they find ways, they defy the odds. They have these problems. Okay, let's do this. This is our weakness. Okay, let's focus on this. Let's look at their weakness. Let's expose their weakness and try to minimize our weakness. That's the Patriot way, it seems like. That's how they're good. That's how they keep winning. So, and honestly, in the AFC East, my favorite team really is the Patriots. I respect the Patriots, and I guess it's just a little fun hate that I have for them at this point. It's just a little fun hate, but I do respect this team a lot, honestly. I won't really go as far as to say I'm exactly one of the fans, but maybe I just, yeah, I respect them a lot. Next, you get the AFC West, which is the Broncos, the Chiefs, the Chargers, and the Raiders. I don't really have a lot of respect for the Raiders. I don't really care about the Raiders. I know they have Super Bowl victories. I know they have Super Bowl victories. I know they have had good teams. I know. I don't really have I guess that much respect for the team. I just never really liked them. I never grew attached to the team very much. The Raiders, the Chargers. Nah, they can be good, but they kind of choke, and they can be bad, and they can surprise you one year, and it's just I really don't care about the Chargers at all. Chiefs, I only really consider them good after they got, I guess, Patrick Mahomes. I not sure I respect them. I like, I respect Patrick Mahomes. I think he's a good, as far as what I've seen, he's good. The Chiefs themselves, they can be good. I think they have like one Super Bowl victory. Again, I just, whatever. The Broncos, I think I have the most respect for, mostly because of Peyton Manning. No, they aren't that team anymore. They're not. They don't have Peyton Manning anymore. They don't have a player like Peyton Manning anymore. Peyton, but they had Peyton Manning for a little bit, and honestly, yeah, I kind of like. I guess Broncos are my favorite team in the AFC West. I'm really indifferent about most of the teams. I kind of sort of. So it's more like, I'm indifferent about most, but I guess I'm the least indifferent about the Broncos. I kind of like them a little bit, but most of them, it's just I'm indifferent. I like Peyton Manning. He was a good quarterback. I like what I see from Patrick Mahomes so far. Teams, I guess the teams themselves, I don't. So I guess you could just say the Broncos. Next, you get to the AFC North. Here you have the Ravens, the Bengals, the Browns, and the Steelers. Here you have two teams that I kind of like, and one team that I hate, and it's just one team that I have zero respect for. The team that I hate is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Why is that? Not really anything in my time. It was just anything that I was taught. It was something that I was taught. I was told, and I was shown. And it was back before I was born. Whenever we had the Houston Oilers, and the Steelers just got a call in their way that really kind of robbed the Oilers of their Super Bowl appearance. And I don't know. It's just I don't know if there's really a rivalry, but in Houston you get those people that just really, really despise the Steelers still, and it just kind of rubs off a little bit. Growing up in Houston most of my life, so yeah, I don't like the Steelers. Ravens and Browns. Ravens, they won the Super Bowl. I guess the first year I really sat down and watched football, and I really watched the Super Bowl. Not just sat down and just watched it, like, haha, hoo hoo, look, team fight, or look, I'm just with my dad. Like, I actually sat down and watched it. And this was between the Ravens and the 49ers. It was the 2012-2013 season, I think. It was the one where it was the Super Bowl blackout, where after the halftime show there's the blackout. And the 49ers, here's the thing, this was with Colin Kaepernick. They were in the NFC, And my dad was talking about how they're gonna win the Super Bowl. They're the better team. Yada yada yada. And I just went with him. Yes, I guess I was 12, 13 years old, but I was just like, okay, and I just went with him. And then they they were losing. They lost. They were losing throughout most of the Super Bowl, and then the blackout happened, and then they started to make a comeback, but it was too late. And while they were losing, my dad just called them a sleeping giant because they really are. Because he said they're a great team, they're just not revealing it. And after blackout, they showed it because they made a. They were doing a comeback. It's just they didn't. Either they didn't have enough time, or their comeback just wasn't good enough because they still lost the Super Bowl in the end. And with that, the Ravens being the team that won the Super Bowl the first time I actually really sat down and watched, they have my respect. There's Ray Lewis. I respect the Ravens, so I like the Ravens. I guess they're my favorite team. My second favorite team would be the Browns. Why? Is it because I respect? No, they're a laughing stock. But in my really, I can't hate them. I can't dislike them. They're a lovable underdog to me. It's oh, you did good, good boy. You did good. Yes, you did good. It's I can't hate on them, and when they do good, it feels good to cheer for them. I guess it's just oh, you did good. Good job. And then there's the Bengals, and they're just yeah, they're not even worth talking about. I just have no respect for them at all. They just bung the Bengals, the Bengals bungle them up all the time. They're just a bad team that don't really deserve any respect. They're just a bad team. Bad. And then with that, you get to the AFC South. Which team is my favorite in the AFC South? Is that even a question? Well, there's the Texans, there's the Colts, there's the Jaguars, and then there's the Titans. My favorite team is obviously the Texans, and my least favorite is the Titans. The Titans used to be the Houston Oilers until they kind of fucked over to Houstonians, and then they left Houston and became the Tennessee Traders, aka the Tennessee Titans. And so they're just really, I guess, the most hated team by a lot of people. Maybe not everyone, but I know quite a few in Houston, including myself. They're, in my opinion, the division rival I hate the most. Then you have the Jags and the Colts. Both teams, when it comes to certain things, I can sort of respect them a little bit. I don't hate them really. It's just more like a divisional rivalry type of thing. Like the only reason why I'm harping on these is because you're a division rival. I don't have anything against Indianapolis. I don't have anything against Jacksonville. But I don't really have anything against the teams other than their division rivals. But then there's also the fan bases. And as I've been on the internet, when it came to the fan bases of the division rivals, I don't like the Titans the most. But some reason the Titans fan base are much more bearable to deal with. Most of the Colts fan base, not everyone, but most of the Colts fans that I've talked to online over through the comment section or whatever, they're just a bunch of a-holes that they how the I've met some of the worst people, some of the worst football fans, some of the worst people and the worst football fans, especially when it comes to the Colts. Trying to talk to the Colts or Jaguars, you can't. 90% of the time, you can't have even a fun rivalry type of conversation. It turns into a hateful bloodbath almost, and it's just dang. Now I'm not afraid of a bloodbath. I'll fight back, but the fans I talk to, not exactly the best people most of the time, and not all of them, but a lot of the ones I've run into. Mm. So it's kind of flipped. Okay, I hate the Titans the most, but the fans most of the time I can actually just have a fun little rivalry debate, kind of like how me and Rob can do between Texans and Patriots or something like that. But when it comes to the Colts and Jaguars, most of the time it's just really not just like fun, hateful. No, it's like they're out to kill me, and so I'm just trying to fight back and maybe kill them first type of thing. It's fight to the death type of thing most of the time. Bills Mafia bad. I haven't had a run in with the Bills Mafia. No, I guess I'm not in their division, so I don't really deal with them. But yeah, I really haven't had a problem with the Bills Mafia so far. Even though I guess I've called the Bills Mafia out. I've called them not just on this one because I'm sure Bills fans already watched this. I'm still a relatively small channel, but like on Dirty Rob or Sports Credit, one of those two, I called out the Bills Mafia. It was like, no, it was Sports Credit. I called them out, going, I ain't afraid of them. None of them attack me. I just say the Bills suck because they do. None of them attack me. They just don't mess with me. I'm a Texans fan. I guess I'm just not worth their time. I don't know. So with that, we're done with the AFC. Next, we go into the NFC. What do I think about the teams in the NFC? We start with the NFC East. So last time, I'm doing the same East, West, North, South type of deal. Because when you go on to the standings, you start with the East, then the West, then the North, then the South. At least on Google, on my stuff when I look it up. I don't know about other people. It might be different in other places. I don't know. But that's just how it is whenever I look it up. So we'll go start with it. So it just kind of works out that when I talk about the AFC, the last division I talk about is mine. And the NFC, the first division I talk about is mine. So with the NFC, it's, well, the Cowboys, the NFC East is the Cowboys, Giants, Eagles, and Redskins. The Cowboys, yeah, obviously my favorite team there. Giants, I guess I have a little respect for, but they didn't division rivals. So, but the thing is, like the Titans, unlike, here's the thing, they have the benefit of the Titans and the Colts and Jaguars, where they're just division rivals. I don't really hate them. I don't have anything against them. They're really just division rivals. Plus, I can actually have fun debates, civil conversation, or just fun fighting, stuff like that with the fan base of the Giants. And then you get the Eagles, which again, it's just a division rival. Okay, you're just a division rival, whatever. But then I got introduced to the Eagles fan base, and that's the thing. They're like the Colts and the Jaguars when it came to the fans. They weren't. I couldn't. Here's the thing. When it came to Colts and Jaguars, I found like maybe a couple. There'd be a few that I can talk to, or have a fun debate with, or a fun hate debate. But yeah, most of them were bloodbaths. But there were like about a handful that were okay. The Eagles, I've still yet to find a single one, other than this dude that makes a YouTube video on the Eagles that refuses that comments on other people, but refused to comment me and whatever. I'm like, you're the only one that seems kind of chill, but you don't want to talk to me. Maybe because if you actually talk to a Cowboys fan, maybe the little fake chill you have will blow up, because his videos really do have that same arrogance. It's just dumbed down a little. So, Eagles fans, I really haven't found anyone yet that's good. But then you have the Redskins. What about the Redskins? Well, it's Cowboys and Indians, so naturally, just based on the name, they're almost kind of huge rivals. Just Cowboys and Indians, just huge rivals right there. And then the division rivals. So then there's also that. And then, funny, I just thought of this, Cowboys blue, Redskins red, practically opposite colors. It's just one of the biggest rivals for the Cowboys, but it's a fun rival. I don't really think there's really a reason to hate them other than Cowboys and Indians, and plus division rival. It's just the perfect combination. So they're, I guess, the most hated rival, but they also have a pretty good fan base that you can actually debate with and have fun with, and have fun arguments. Just go at each other, but in a fun way almost. If here's the thing, you don't understand what I mean. There's like a fun way to hatefully, to like debate and yell at each other and hate on a team, and then there's just a obvious mean cruel way to do it. And it's just, there's a fun way and there's a cruel way, and it's it's whatever. Oh, when it came to the Jaguars, one of the people that is okay was the Florida Gators guy. He's not really a super hateful person. He's okay to talk to. Go to, he comments on my videos. You're cool, dude. I'm not hating on you. I'm just hating on some of the people on your crew. Maybe you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, they're just, you're cool. We you're not a one of the super hateful person just to be hateful. You're really not. Uh, you can be fun. You can be. But that's the Redskins. And then so it's a little, why is that? Why is it? And both of my divisions, the team that we hate the most also have the fan bases that's just the best fan bases to go up against, because they're not the filled, they don't have the most hateful people in it. It's weird. Then you get the NFC West. Let's move on to the NFC West now. You have the Cardinals, the Rams, the 49ers, and the Seahawks. Seahawks, I have respect for. That's about it. Cardinals, no respect. There's I just, they're the Cardinals. Just forget about the Cardinals. They're not even worth talking about. The Rams, I have respect for. And the 49ers, again, no respect. They're the team that blew it. They're the team that, again, they were the team that, the first team that I sat down and watched and I actually tried to cheer for in the Super Bowl, and they blew it. Okay, yeah, they aren't gonna have any respect for me ever. They could win 5 Super Bowls in a row, and I'd be like, y'all got lucky each one. I'm sorry, y'all. The 49ers, they just don't have any respect. It was just the timing. It probably, it's, I guess the same logic Rob had when he was a kid. He was watching the Patriots versus, I don't know which team it was. I don't know which Super Bowl it was, but it was a Patriots Super Bowl that they won. And he said, whichever team wins will, as the team that I like, and it just happened the Patriots won that specific Super Bowl. Remember, they've been in 9. They haven't won all of them. They lost 3 Super Bowls. Oh my gosh. Okay. They've lost a total of 3. So it's not like it's yeah, he just happened to pick the right team. It just happened to be the year the Patriots won. No, they don't win every year. It just happened to be that year, and so he just likes that team. It just happened to, the year for me just happened to be the year the Ravens won and the 49ers lost. I have respect for the Ravens, no respect for the 49ers. That just happened to be the year. And so there's that. So I just, most of it is, I that's what it is. I don't really hate any of these teams. I don't really love any of these teams. I respect the Seahawks and the Rams, and I don't respect the 49ers and the Cardinals, and that's probably how it's going to be the rest of my life. Even when the Rams and Seahawks could end up really, really bad, and the 49ers and Cardinals could end up really, really good, I still want it still be the same for me. And with that, you get into the NFC West. That's the Bears, the Lions, the Packers, and the Vikings. There's Trevor, if you're watching this, I don't know if you are. I really don't have anything against. I guess I don't really have anything against any of these teams, really. I really don't have anything against your team. I think you know that, but you are one of the most fun guys I think I've talked to in the comment section when it comes to football debates on which team's the better. Because you just go, again, not just the superhero, you go all in the fun way, and it's just awesome. And you can take the punches, you can give them, and it's just fun going back and forth and back and forth. And I can't wait to get into that again. I can't wait to get into that again this year. Just yelling at each other, and it was I'm gonna say it was fun. Okay, if you're watching this, you're a fun dude to talk to. Then there's the Bears. I have respect for the Bears. I don't have anything against them. I haven't really run into a bad fan base person or a great one. It's just that. Here's the Packers. I guess you can say they're my favorite team in there. I have a family member that was a fan of them, so that's kind of partial. And then there's the Lions. I don't hate. If they do good, okay, but I don't see them as a good team right now, but I don't hate them, and I would like them to be good, I guess. None of the teams. Here's the thing. This is the only division where I don't hate any of these teams. Like, any of them. When it came to, I guess you can say the AFC West, the Broncos, Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders. You guess I kind of just don't really like the Raiders that much. Sort of, not exactly the biggest fan of the Chargers. But here it's I don't have anything against any of these teams. I don't have anything against it. Nothing. I could cheer for any one of these teams. I just don't love any of these teams. I guess other than the Packers, as you can say, they're my favorite ones there. But I really have nothing against this team, any of these teams. Next, you have the NFC South: Falcons, Panthers, Saints, Bucks suck. Okay, I don't really like the Bucks at all. They're just a. You know, want to argue with me? No, good, because the Bucks just suck. They're a bad team. You have the Saints and the Falcons. Saints. Man. Okay, let's talk about the Saints. Let's talk about the Chargers. Same thing. Chargers. Part of the reason why I don't really have respect for the Chargers, they had Eli Manning, and then they traded him, and then guess what? He got 2 Super Bowl rings with the Giants. They had Drew Brees. They traded him, and then guess what? He got a Super Bowl ring with the Saints. And then they got a new quarterback, Philip Rivers, and they still haven't won a Super Bowl. And I'm just sitting there thinking, maybe in order for Philip Rivers to get a Super Bowl ring, he just needs to go to another team just like the last 2 quarterbacks did. Because that's the Chargers. I guess they can be a good team. They can get good quarterbacks. They're just not going to ever win a Super Bowl with a quarterback. It's just I don't know. So the Saints got Drew Brees, and I like Drew Brees as a quarterback. So he has grown me to be pretty fond of the Saints. And yeah, I kind of like the Saints. Yes, I know they're Louisiana, but I don't really care. I'm actually quite fond of the Saints a little bit. Same thing with the Falcons. I guess I don't hate them. I can cheer for them. I respect them a little bit. I just, blowing that lead, and that was just to give an idea of how I really do respect and kind of like the Patriots. Super Bowl 51, Patriots versus Falcons. I actually picked the Patriots to win, and I was cheering for them at times. And like I said, but it's fun to hate on. It really is fun to hate on them at this point because they've been good for so long, And because they've just defied so many odds, it's like, when will you stop? But the Falcons, yeah, it's uh, and then you got the Panthers, who I honestly don't care about the Panthers at all. That's a team I'm indifferent from. And you got the Bucks. Like I said, it's just a bad team. No respect. Yeah, Bucks are bad. Bucks are a bad team. And picking a favorite. So when it comes to a favorite in the NFC South, yeah, obviously it's going to be between the Falcons and the Saints. But honestly, it's the Saints. Again, I'm quite fond of the Saints, honestly, when it comes to that division. And I feel for the Saints with how they were robbed of 2 Super Bowl appearances. Man. Okay, one of them was just bad luck. Okay? It was the whole against the Vikings. I'm sure Trevor loved that game. Yeah, I'm sure y'all know which one I'm talking about. And then there was the one against, what was it? Yeah, the Rams the very next year. That was just a horrible call. I'm sorry. You know what I'm talking about. Big mistake. That was just horrible. It would have been a very yeah. You can question. Here's the thing: the Chiefs, Patriots Super Bowl. There's questions. The Chiefs are complaining. Yeah, there are a few things that were questionable. Right? Okay. There's that. And with that in mind, though, there wasn't exactly a blatant call that would have 100% won them everything just then and there. And it's, yeah. But, okay, I'm not talking about that. I was just talking about how I feel about each NFL team. And so, that's just how I feel about each NFL team. You can tell me how you feel about my team, what your team is. I don't know. Just, well, how do you feel about each NFL team? Just comment whatever the hell you want.